music comes and goes these days. For this next person for our San Antonio Latino documentary, Michael Esparza, Grammy award-winning producer, talks to us and tells us about not only the history of Latino music in San Antonio, but also what he's doing these days to elevate the progress for musicians today in San Antonio.
Wow, that's a good question. Well, in the music business, let's say in the music in general, when I was 7, I learned to play saxophone. And then when I was 11, played guitar, and then picked up the bass when I was around 12, 13, and then walked into a studio when I was about 14 and fell in love with it. I knew that was what I wanted to do. And hung around that studio, just helping out the engineers there, clean up. I learned how to roll up a cable. That's the first thing you need to know, is how to roll up a cable. And I've had very, very good mentors, amazing people that I've been very lucky, been blessed that way. And then I became an artist for Polygram Records in 1988, signed a 3-year contract with a band called Blah Blah Blah. That's the name, Blah Blah Blah. And we sold over 1.5 million records. Our first record deal was called No Voy a Mover un Dedo. And still pretty popular songs up to this day. And we did 3 albums, a 3-year contract, 3 albums. All 3 of them went platinum. So we did pretty well with them. Then I switched over with Timbiriche's Eric Rubin. When he left Timbiriche, I was his musical director. I got his band together, and we did 3 albums, which were also #1 albums, each one of them on Billboard charts. I wrote, I'm going to say, about 50% of all the songs, and produced, recorded. And then as an engineer, been working in San Antonio for 18 years. Started with Tony Saldana at EMO Music, which I still work at to this day. And he hooked me up with ARC Company, ARC Record Company, which is where I met Ramon Gonzalez Mora, who is one of my mentors and a very good friend. And that's where I recorded El Güero y su Banda Centenario, who we were nominated for Grammys, American Grammys, 2009, 2010, and 2011, and we won in 2010. And been doing a lot of country here in the Living Room Studios. This is my home base right now, in the Living Room Studios. Look us up at the livingroominc.com. Super padre, mano. As a Latino, wow. In my neighborhood, well, I grew up in Mexico City, in Cuernavaca, Morelos. So it is Latin America. So it was more like, what's this gringo doing here? More like it was a little backwards, more of a gringo than a Latino. But it was amazing having both cultures, having the opportunity to, my mom being from Harlingen, Texas, and my dad being from Cuernavaca. We would go back and forth all the time. So we lived in Chicago for a few years, lived in Vegas for a few years. Let's see, from 72 to 78, I lived in Vegas. And being a Latino there, that was interesting, because there was hardly any Latinos in Vegas. I mean, not in the school districts, at least. Maybe more in where my dad worked, like in the Hilton Hotel. He worked there in the Benihana Village. He was a head waiter there. Got to see Elvis when he was still alive. That was awesome. But as a Latino, proud Latino. I always would say I'm from Cuernavaca, Morelos. Yeah. Well, first of all, a lot more Latinos coming through in every aspect of the arts and of the performing arts. The music is, and I'm gonna say, reggaeton, is it's becoming well, it's such a popular way of music that Americans are using the beat. They do that almost everywhere. I mean, even Justin Bieber is on it. Everybody's doing that kind of stuff. So, and then you have all the actors and producers and screenwriters and movie producers that are coming out of the woodwork. All of them Latinos, proud, and I'm so proud to be part of the culture. In the business, all the people that I'm gonna say that I touch elbows with, they're all Latinos. So it's just an amazing time for the Latino. I think we're taking over. Yeah, that's what we're doing. The food, tacos. Gotta have tacos, man. If there's no tacos, there's no life. This is all tacos right here. The food, definitely. Family is huge. The nucleus of the family nucleus in Mexico is still very strong, or in Latin America. I believe that is something that I hold on dearly to, the family. The way I see it in the U.S., kids are wanting to leave, when they're 16, 17, they're ready to get out of college and leave. And in Mexico, it's totally different. It's like they all want to stay. They all want to make just a bigger house and add on to the house, So yeah, I like the family nucleus is strong. That's what I hold dear. And the food. Yes, and the food. Again, like I said, we're taking over. Well, I see everything just going as it's been going. Again, like I said, coming out of the woodwork, everybody, all these Latin strong people, our kids that are in school right now, when they're going to be looking for jobs and getting their music out there and or the performing arts, whatever. I just believe that it's just growing so rapidly that Spanish as a language is a second language in the United States, and more stronger, of course, in Texas and southern states. But still, you go to Chicago, I mean, you speak only Spanish, you will find a lot of people who speak Spanish everywhere in the United States. So I believe the next 5-10 years, I think there will be more Latin people than there will be, well, we will all be American probably, but still Latin based, Latin blood. Viva Latino. All right, that's a not a fair question. It's all the food, all the Latin American food, and okay, I'm gonna say spicy, because it's gotta have spice. It's gotta have salsa or un chile serrano, not jalapenos. Jalapenos are for gringos, then that's too hot, and it's only vinegar, but that's too hot for them. It's sometimes like a radish is too hot for them. So no, I like spicy. Mole, my favorite. Enchiladas de mole, enchiladas verdes, menudo, pozole, tacos de cualquiera. Not tacos with flour tortilla though. Has to be with the corn tortillas. So that makes it a little more interesting, because the flour tortilla makes it Tejano, kind of more Tejano, which is cool. There's a lot of good Tex-Mex food, but I'm not too into it. Like barbecue and all that, I just never got into barbecue for some reason. So anything that tastes Mexican is good for me. Anything made from a Mexican cook is good for me. Well, I have a couple. I have a few, but the most that I admire is Ramon Gonzalez Mora. He's been one of my mentors as a friend, as a writer, as a songwriter. He is one of the best in the world. Just as a person, I've learned so much from him. Mr. Richard Velez, the CEO and owner of the Living Room Recording Studios, also my mentor in many other aspects of my life, not only professionally in the studio, but in all of my aspects of life. He has been my mentor, and spiritually, he is an amazing person. He's a very, very good, close friend of mine. One more, Mr. Luigi Lazareno. He started me in the recording business in Mexico City, Midilandia. He still has a studio called Midilandia. I believe he's in the Houston area. Luigi, he started me there in the recording business, and one of my closest friends and mentor. I learned everything about everything with him. He's just an amazing. Him and Ruben Lopez, who was his engineer at the time there. I shadowed him for years, so another one of my mentors. But yeah, those are my favorite mentors. Advice for young musicians, Latinos. Yeah, if go for it. If you like it, go for it. Use your ears, and use everything that's at your fingertips. Especially courses on YouTube. You can find so many courses on YouTube. You want to learn to play the guitar? There's 101 guitar lessons there. And if you're serious about it, then even go to a school. There's so many, especially like for singers. A lot of singers, the young singers, if they start to learn how to breathe correctly, how to sing, and how to sing from the diaphragm and not just the throat, all of these things that you learn in school will help you in the long run and make you a much better musician, a much better composer, much better everything. Just study. It's all about learning and shadowing your favorite people. Yeah. The Living Room Studio is located in the medical center. It's 8535 Fairhaven, in between Medical and Wurzbach. And we are open 24/7. You can look us up on our website, thelivingroominc.com. No phone numbers there. You can give us a call and set up some time, some studio time, and I will be your engineer.